welcome to the Bro Force Squad podcast. We're coming at you live from Metropolis, maybe? I don't know. But I am Brian Banner, here to give you another world-famous movie commentary on the Justice League, or Justice League. I don't know. We've been drinking heavily for a while here, guys. As always, we've got the band of bros with us. To my right, our enforcer in the paint, Matthew. He's super depressed. Geiger. Geiger, I'm just going to let you have the floor here. You doing okay? Like, are you in a good spot?
Dude, I'm here. You know? I'm here.
All right. I mean, that's
Back to
about
you.
all
Back
we
to you.
that's about all we can ask for. And as always, to his left, we have our mayor himself, Jeff Hornacek. Now, Horns, I vaguely remember in college you dying one time and then coming back to life. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Tell that story.
Yeah, I died at the hands of a villain named Captain Morgan. One thing I also want to say before the podcast starts, we had a couple parademons move in down the street from us, and I don't want to sound overtly racist, but they are very loud, and I'm about to go to the homeowners association and file a complaint.
All right. While Jeff files that complaint, we are paused the DC logo. It's blue with the black background on our screens, and we are going to hit play in 3, 2, 1. Let's Justice League.
Geiger and I saw this together, and I have to say, the sound in the theater was like the greatest theater experience I've ever had. What was it, a Dolby Cinema?
This was probably... theater experience is a lot of variables, but as just sound quality goes, it was so fucking cool in this.
Yeah. Now, this is one of those infamous CGI'd off mustache scenes. I think this is one of maybe the better ones. It's just tough to do.
Is there a better one?
I read that the whole fucking movie was callbacks of him, and it was all CGI'd mustached out. Because, I mean, the directing controversy, if you guys don't know, and if you do, of course, we'll touch on this, about how Snyder's kid died, so then Josh Whedon came in, and you don't really know what movie it is. If you think it's good, then one of them will take credit for it. If you think it's bad. I came in here with really low expectations, just because I thought it was something.
One thing I've never understood, and I've still yet to hear a reasonable explanation for this. So they had to CGI out the mustache because in the new Mission Impossible movie he has a mustache. But isn't it super easy? And don't people do it in movies all the time where they put a fake mustache on you? That seems way easier than CGIing out a mustache.
For Cavill, I bet. I mean, he's like, dude, I grew this mustache for like 6 months. I'm not gonna fucking shave it. This is the only scene I feel that if you watch BVS, and I'm not even going to get in the fucking thing if you like BVS or not. I loved it. If you watch BVS, you could actually believe that this is a sequel or part of the same universe, but this is the only scene from this entire movie that I kind of feel that.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is the Affleck's Batman that I fell in love with.
What if I told you this was the only scene that Snyder actually did? Everything else is Whedon. Would you believe it?
It would make sense. It really would.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I'll start that rumor because that makes sense.
And this looks like the Gotham City that he, created in BVS as well.
This Batman just gets his rocks off on either people dying or coming really close to it.
I do like how he's kicking the Parademon's ass. That was cool.
Yeah. I'm digging the Parademon's look too, especially from like the DC animated universe. They took it right off the screen from that.
I guess it's not really
screen
paged, but
screen to screen.
Screen to screen.
And this Gotham looks so much like the fucking Arkham games, which is badass.
Really
in and of
fucking
itself.
cool.
The problem with this entire film is the problem with, honestly, any Justice League comic or animated show you watch is that the majority of people are Batman fans, and in Justice League, Batman just doesn't have that much to do because you're fighting a super normal being, and he's just merely a man. So he's basically just doing detective stuff. Now, if you're into, the Bruce Wayne kind of Batman detective side, that's fine. But other than that, he just doesn't have that much to do.
All right, now I will say this. I actually enjoyed Justice League, so I'm not going to shit on it that much tonight. But one thing that doesn't make sense to me, when a parademon kills himself, like bites the cyanide pill, why would the explosion leave behind a picture of 3 mother boxes? Like,
it's convenient.
It's just way too plot convenient. And I get off on this shit, like Alfred in the Batcave, like with his tumbler of scotch helping Bruce. But this, to me, I'm just like, all right, come on, guys.
So what you're saying is you have a thing for Alfred. You would fuck
I didn't
Alfred.
say that.
No,
I didn't
I'm
say
pretty
that.
sure
You said that.
Pretty sure I heard you say I would fuck Alfred if I had the opportunity.
If he wants to get dinner and a few drinks and we want to see where things go, but I'm not just going to give it up like that.
See, in this opportunity for me, though, I mean, this movie's already a jumbled up mess with a million heroes and shit. That'd be a perfect opportunity right there to introduce a Batman lower level villain instead of just some random hood guy that he captures.
Dude, like Black Mask or somebody?
Black Mask. I mean, even they've referenced Penguin. There's no way they're going to do a Penguin movie. So just do that. But
I loved this opening montage. I hated the song, and I had heard that the song was like something Joss Whedon changed, whatever Snyder had to this. No surprise.
the song's stupid. The only I feel good performance in this is Ray Fisher as Cyborg.
100% agree.
Momoa's my boy, but he has the Zack Snyder curse, man. All of his good shit was in the trailer, just like in BVS. All of Momoa's awesome shit. Whenever I finish this movie, I'm just like, there was nothing not in the trailer that I saw from Momoa. He did a great job, but it was all just given to me for free.
Momoa had the most charisma in the entire cast. I felt like he was such a scene
Momoa
stealer.
had the most fun with it too, though.
Yeah.
Like he goes, "Sweet, I'm gonna be Aquaman, awesome," and he just had a good time doing it. All the others were too focused on trying to be that particular character, whereas Momoa was still Momoa to me.
And this is where, like,
Cyborg's origin story was pretty cool, though.
Could Bruce not fucking, cut a check here to help the Kents?
No.
Come on, dude. Being a bit of a dick.
He was going to, but since they're not a charity or anything, he wouldn't get a tax break. So, I mean, you understand, Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's the end of the fiscal year right now. We're looking to get every credit we can get. I totally understand it.
This opening whole thing, I just didn't really understand, I guess. Like, why do we need Superman because of this guy?
Well, I think
Superman's gone, so now we're racist again.
And crime is up.
But a guy kicking over oranges, I mean, like, I think a cop could actually handle that. I mean, it's not like Zod's coming back.
You think,
You
right?
Don't know that to be fact.
I don't know, man.
This is the sign I wanted when I went in the theater. I tried after I left. I tried to like it. What do you want from me?
When LeBron dies, this is what Cleveland will do. They'll just put up his jersey and then probably burn it, but it's fine.
It's fine.
All right, this scene is visually badass. I love Gal Gadot, but it has, again, nothing to do with the plot of the entire
And I'm pretty
movie.
sure I saw this exact scene with the exact same choreography in Wonder Woman.
But talking about directing, Banner, this felt like a Nolan movie right here.
Yep.
This whole scene.
Dude, I love in movies when someone shoots someone in the head with a silencer. Does that make me a sick person?
Probably.
It sounds awesome, honestly. That needs to be my ringtone.
One of the that's I think one of the biggest problems with this movie, which I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I had a good time with it, but one thing that is distracting is you can tell the scenes that Schneider did and you can tell the scenes that Whedon did. And that's a problem.
There's some kid on the field trip who's like, thank God this museum's boring as fuck. About time things got livened up.
Yeah, if you thought BVS, if you were a person that thought BVS was jumbled and a mess,
Good luck with this.
Those people like this though, and I don't understand it at all.
It's because everybody thought that Ezra Miller was so funny.
Oh my God, we're gonna get on to him later. The only person in this cast.
Gal Gadot is She's good in this too.
She's perfect.
The reason why she's good in it is because we've already developed her character and we know what to expect from her.
Yeah, this is the third time
Woman
we've
was
seen
a
her.
perfect movie.
Every time a villain says you're too late, he's about to get fucked up. Like, no one's ever said you're too late, and they're like, oh, well, you know what? I might as well let you go then, right? We've done our...
What if
What
he
if this
opened
was
that
his-
briefcase and there was just a bunch of sub sandwiches in it? He's like, okay,
I was-
who ordered the turkey?
I was just going to say, it's like, all right, time for lunch.
We got what we came for, boys. It's like,
like,
no
let's-
bread, please. I'm on the whole 30 diet.
Oh, you're still doing that, Jacob? Come on, you look great.
Come on.
This isn't actually a bomb. He's like, let's get some fucking music
I will
up.
not stop, Jeff, until I am at my high school weight.
Is Susie still on that gluten-free kick?
God, she's such a fucking badass, dude. I would let her kick the shit out of me. Not that I'd have a choice.
If you were a guy in the bank, though, and she saved you, I'd just be like, so, you hungry?
Yeah.
Just trying to,
Oh,
like, buy her
right.
lunch.
You're like, I know this great Thai place down the street.
Yeah.
You interested?
Where you from? Amazonia? Yeah, I've never been there. I was like, well, probably not. We don't allow men. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's crazy. Men
Like,
are
what do they eat
pigs.
there? Like Brazilian food? Like the Amazon?
This effect will never not be cool as shit to me. This is like that one girl who's cock blocking all her friends when you're trying to buy them shots.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. You're like, come on, one shot. She can't even talk.
Mary, you're drunk. You gotta come home with me, not with some strange guy. Like, come on. I mean, we're just gonna talk.
Yeah, and then she does that with her fat rolls and does a little blast on you.
Yeah, the only thing is, it's usually the fat friend that does that.
This scene in the trailer, so sick. I quote this all the time. There is a stranger.
Once again, though, it was cooler in the trailer than the actual
Yeah.
movie. A la BVS.
They did a great job with the trailer. They did an okay
During the
job.
trailer, I
not
love
in the
how
trailer.
Snyder does something in the trailer. You're like, what the fuck? Like, why is somebody, like, whittling wood? Like, why would they do that? When I was like, why is somebody on a horse? Why does that come into play?
But like, if I'm
I guess I
Affleck,
kinda understand it.
this is the shit that pumps me up because this is the type of Bruce that like we used to like. This to me, it feels like Bruce in Batman Begins, kind of. I love how Momoa's like, "You interrupted the talent show, man. Can you hurry up? We have a juggler up next."
See, it's just a little thing, but since he's talking about him, I wish he wasn't right in front of him. I wish he'd be in the back of the room, but it's fine.
I do still love this scene.
Do you like what they did with his eyes?
I
Yeah.
loved his look.
Everything about
The
Aquaman.
entire
kicked
thing
ass.
about him was so perfect.
Okay, with that being said now, are you guys pumped for Aquaman to come out in November?
Yes.
Yes, it'll be great.
You think it'll
The
be good?
universe is fucked, but that movie will be good.
I love James Wan, so yeah.
I think this is what I think too. I think is when they try and do multiple hero movies is when they get messed up and where people don't like him. But if you do just single character movies, they're better. Like Man of Steel. Personally wasn't a
Yeah.
big fan the first time I watched it. Every time I watch it, it grows on me. Wonder
Yo.
Woman, fantastic by itself. Aquaman, I think, is going to be fantastic. You got BVS. It was good, but people get confused because you have too many characters. This, again, you're going to get confused because there's too many characters that we have no idea
Yo.
what they're about.
Whatever little
Yep.
kid doodled this shit on the wall, like, be better, man. It's so derivative.
You can tell it's like the mom like puts it on the fucking refrigerator. Though it's like, look what Johnny drew, and you're like, it looks like shit. I
This
can't
mother
even- is that a
box
whale?
looks like a circle. I did love that line. Because everyone that said, Aquaman's a pussy, Zack Snyder's like, all right, well, how about I cast Jason Momoa and you shut the fuck up?
Okay, that's fine then. Maybe he's not.
All right, then I don't have a problem with him.
Banner, touching your point though, and Jeff, you can attest to this. Like the Avengers movie, I respect it, but I don't really like it that much. Just because whenever I watch it, I have my favorites. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go watch Winter Soldier. I'm gonna go watch Iron Man 2. Just because there's some that I'm just like, I don't really care about this character. Team up movies are so hard to do because you gotta give everyone their time, but everyone that goes there, there's some fans that probably love the way Affleck played Bruce Wayne. I mean, if you do, you don't listen to us because you're a little bitch. But there's some other ones that, like the way that Momoa was played and stuff like that. So it's just really hard to do team-up movies. I just like, there's a hero, there's a villain, there's a woman. Tell me a great story, do some cool CGI and fight scenes and get me out of there. That's what I like. I'm a simple man.
The green screen on, I'm sorry not to interrupt you, but the green screen in the background here is not good.
That's rough, but the rest of this.
But the rest of it
cool.
is awesome.
I love his recruiting pitch. He's like, "You ever heard of Superman? He died next to me." Aquaman's like, "Yeah, that's not a good selling point." He's like, "Well, I didn't mean it like that."
Banner, most people aren't looking at the green screen. They're looking at Momoa's fucking tin pack that he's got fucking rocking in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I already jerked off to it, so I didn't know what else to do with the other 20 seconds of that
They should
scene.
recast Blake Shelton, though, as Aquaman, because he's like the sexiest man in the world. And he'd be
Definitely. Sexiest man alive.
That's totally
Great. He
it.
can sing, too.
You know who they shouldn't recast is Jeremy Irons as Alfred because he's the fucking man.
Do you think he gives a shit? Like, if people are like, dude, that movie sucks, like, I really don't care.
I kicked ass in it.
You totally know that whenever, like, when he's sitting there drinking scotch, he's actually drinking scotch, though.
Oh, yeah. See, this is the one thing that I wish they had more time to do better is, like, the recruiting of the team. It's a fun thing to do, but how cool would it be if all these characters already had their own movie?
I don't think Flash and Cyborg had enough to do their own movie. I think that they should have done.
Well, they were going to do them as a buddy cop movie, like a Teen Titans type deal.
Yeah, I think that they should. I think Aquaman should have come out before this movie, and then introduce Flash and Cyborg together. Cyborg definitely.
I think all of it should have came out before this movie.
I mean, this would
Cyborg
have
definitely.
been so...
I don't think can hold his own to have his own movie.
This just would have been so badass if we already knew who these characters were.
See, I disagree with this. I was really into Cyborg's. I mean, I read a lot of DC comics. Didn't read too much Cyborg, but I was really into his origin story just because it has a sports background to it. That could tie into it a lot.
It's got some daddy issues.
I think a solo Cyborg origin story would do pretty well. If you put it in January or February, especially he's African American. I mean, we just saw what fucking Black Panther did. I think it'd do well. And if you don't agree with me, then you're racist. So I
Clearly
win that one.
But does that mean I need to bring a casserole to the parademons in my neighborhood?
No, they're different.
Yeah, they are different. They're always out there on their fucking lawn barbecuing.
Okay, Ezra Miller's first scene. Actually liked him for the first like 2 minutes.
I did like this scene because they didn't try so hard right here.
Yeah.
Also, I'll just say this about Ezra Miller. He's just not funny. Like, he's a good actor. I've seen him in We Need to Talk About Steven and The Perks of Being a Wallflower. He's not a comedic actor.
And he just was the guy that was just way too excited to be there. Like, I just... When you say act like you've been there before, well, he hasn't, and that's why he shouldn't have got this role.
Billy Crudup as his dad. I love this. He's been
really
in a
cool,
ton.
really cool casting.
He played Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen, of course.
He just, I like this too, because Flash origin story, this is perfect. I'm like, okay, going right into a Flash movie, this would make sense.
Honestly, he's really good at just being Barry Allen. As soon as we realize
Yeah.
it's the Flash, that's when things go downhill drastically quickly.
When they try and make him a stand-up comic is when it just doesn't.
Yeah. I didn't think the suit did him any favors either. I like the CGI they used when he ran.
Yeah,
but I didn't like
this shit is great. This is great. More of this. Give me more. Double down.
But he's also being a serious actor right here.
Because this is DC, like, this is the tone they set. I don't care if you like it or hate it. If you like Marvel, the funny stuff, that's cool, man. That's the tone they set. You're their demographic. DC, they set a tone of being more serious, and then some people didn't like it. Instead of Warner Brothers just saying, okay, that's not our demographic, we're going to keep doing this, they take a fucking huge turn, and I just don't understand it. You can't please everyone.
His dad's like, I don't want you to come back here, but also, I'm not doing too bad for myself. I'm running the toilet wine game in here. You need a pack of menthols? I'm the guy, Barry.
Barry, you shove that Coke up your ass like I asked you to, because you're going to have to fucking plug it under the table. I need that, or I'm going to get raped tonight.
Because if you didn't, then yeah, you are going to have to come back one more time.
Have you seen Shawshank? It's worse.
He's like, I got quotas to hit in here.
What?
I got quotas to hit in here, too.
It's the only movie they have in here. We got to watch it every day.
If movies have taught me anything, anytime a janitor talks to someone like this, something bad's about to fucking happen.
Star Lab, that's awesome.
Hey, remember your dead kid? Yeah. He was awesome when he was alive. Thanks, janitor. Fuck
I
you.
hope he didn't come back as a ghost and ruin, like, and be a villain and stuff. And you're like, I hope he does, because this is the reason I'm here.
Anyway, I'm going to keep mopping these floors right next to this highly restricted area.
But I have a badge, so it's all good.
Dude, Victor, if this is like Shaquem Griffin at the Combine, dude has one arm, no one wants to draft him. Or fucking Fisher could show up to the Combine, they'd be like, look, I know he's 90% robot, but do we think he could play?
I love this too. We never actually see his face. We just see the reflections.
Jeff, I think he'd be drafted first round. It's not like he's gay or anything.
Yeah.
If you're gay in the NFL, you don't have a shot.
Because that's the only reason, Michael Sam. He's like, look, Ray, you need to stop fucking tweeting because people are starting to figure out that you're alive.
Okay, Banner, if you were Cyborg, like, what would you use it on the most? I'd probably use it on ordering food the most, because I could just, like, in my mind, just order Jimmy John's. Like, right now, I'd love a fucking veto.
I would.
It'd already be ordered.
Yeah, I would just have, like, a blink my eye, and pizza would be ordered.
When would you not watch porn, though?
Oh, I didn't know that was like an
that
option.
left eye's running porn on repeat.
Yeah.
I mean, you could minimize porn for a second to order pizza, and then you could just pop it back up, I guess.
This would be so cool. I know it sucks for him, but like it'd be cool too. The other hard thing about this, and there's no other way to do it, so I'm not really shitting on the movie, but when you have to introduce 5 characters in the first 30 minutes, it just has to be a lot of exposition. Like Alfred and Bruce, all exposition. Bruce and Aquaman, all exposition. Right here, Cyborg and his dad, all exposition. Barry and his dad, all exposition.
You had Wonder Woman, but it was literally a scene that we had from another movie, so I was like, it was cool,
But hers was an exposition, yeah.
I kind of liked her scene. I'll have to say, Jeff, that's a very good point, because I'll have to say one fucking thing. On DC movies, as a DC fan, but Warner Brothers fucks up a lot of their movies. The one thing they do get right is introducing characters, and honestly, in Suicide Squad, which I think is the worst DC movie ever besides Batman and Robin, introducing the characters, I thought
was the best part.
Best part of the movie.
They did.
Yeah.
Not only was it the best part of the movie, I think it's the best way to introduce characters that possibly Warner Brothers has ever done in a DC movie.
And very quickly, too.
This movie's pretty good, too, the way they introduce characters. Here's Amazonia, Banner. You're home.
Yep. Wait, what?
Banner's a line cook here at one of the restaurants in Amazonia.
He wasn't on the schedule next week, but I'm sure he will be.
Yeah, it's weird.
I tried to get an internship here that I never heard back. Connie Nielsen's a total badass. That's her mom. I bet the guy who was guarding the mother box was like, God, finally something fucking happens.
No kidding. Is this just interns that have to guard it, or like, are these the elite of the elite? I'm confused.
Graveyard shift on the mother box is notoriously the worst shift.
Banner, you think the Tampax headquarters is located in Amazonia?
I mean, it's gotta be, right?
Like, where else would it be?
Guys, I know that there are differing opinions on Steppenwolf as a villain, but this scene I felt
loved it.
shit.
I liked this scene better than I liked the final fight scene, personally.
And Geiger, I know you're going to say everyone is, but the actress Syrian Hines who plays him is from Game of Thrones.
Everyone is from Game of Thrones.
I think I've been on Game of Thrones.
It's a very well casted and acted show, but Steppenwolf, I was fine with, because I'm like, dude, you got so many characters that you haven't introduced me to. Like, you better have a fucking throwaway villain no one cares about. I think more people would have liked him if that Eisenberg scene actually hit theaters, where he like called Steppenwolf and really went into the next movie. But
yeah,
they don't like to do that. Like they like to tease the Legion of Doom after this, but they're probably gonna go a different route.
God, man, this axe is fucking sick. And we've seen how badass the Mascarians are. Like that scene that Patty Jenkins did on the beach was badass. So we know, he's a big fucking deal if it takes this many people to. This is like when
Patty
you want
Jenkins is straight up fucking direct, man.
Me, Steppenwolf is like me when the Uber's here, but I just want to do one more shot.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no, you really don't need that. That's what Leg Day does, Banner. You see that?
I don't believe in leg day. It's against my religion.
I respect that.
Banner's in there somewhere cooking right now. I was like, so should we put this on the freezer or what?
Yeah. He's like, guys, it's
the
hot and
temple's
ready.
Destroyed. Okay.
Them running with this is similar to like back when Derrick Rose was at Memphis and they would press like some shitty team in their conference, like just like running for their life, basically. Look at his 40.
I like this scene, but of course this is the trailer.
Look at how ruthless, like, dude, in movies like this,
What
I feel
did that
bad for the
horse do to
animals.
you?
That's what I'm saying. The horse has no quarrel with you. Can you imagine if this one parademon got the mother box? How quickly does he get fucking promoted?
Once again, what Avengers did right that Justice League did totally wrong among a lot of things, but they had Loki as the main villain. I know he had some other help, but we already knew him, and he had actually, kind of a motive. This is like, okay, this guy wants to take over the world, here he is. And if you're not an avid comic book reader, you don't know who the fuck this guy is. And even if you're not an avid comic book reader, I guess you don't know who Loki is, but you had 2 movies to learn about him before Avengers. No one knew who the fuck this guy was at all. I guarantee you 80% of the theater had a Wikipedia Steppenwolf. Like, I thought they were a band from the 70s that played Magic Carpet Ride. He did that after he took over the world. He started a 70s rock band and wrote Born to Be Wild. But this is what he did first.
The band's gonna get back together too, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
He should. I mean, he's immortal, so might as well do a couple comeback tours, Jeff? I mean, everyone needs money.
Steppenwolf's a pussy, bro.
Yeah,
It'd
but
be
the
an
way
awesome
that he
30
just
for
like
30, how
swats that thing away like a fly.
That'd be an awesome 30 for 30, Jeff. How Steppenwolf took over the world, but he still's bankrupt somehow.
Yeah, he blew it all. And then it shows like some financial advice, like I told Steppenwolf not to invest in 2K Sports.
And you have the scene from every 30 for 30 where he starts crying. He's like, "I had the world, but I had no money."
I had two mother boxes, but no friends. But no one I could trust. Honestly, the biggest loss here is that horse.
It's a good horse.
The horse wanted no part of this.
I remember in the theaters, everyone's like, "Holy shit, Steppenwolf's here," and I'm just like, I would probably have sex with everyone in the scene.
Yep. So Diana can't actually come back to Themyscira, right? I forgot that from her movie. Like when she left, they were like, "Well, you can't come back."
Yeah.
Like that's like the rules.
Something like that, yeah. What if she missed? She shoots. She's like, "Ah, shit! Light another arrow." I fucked up.
Geiger, this
In
is like
real life,
Geiger. This is like you send that 2 a.m. you up text. Her shooting.
Bader, in real life, how cool would it be to go to Amazonia, have sex with a girl? It's like, if you leave, you can never come back and see me again. I'm like, okay.
Oh, darn! Sorry.
You promise?
The Uber boat will be I don't know if people know this, but Uber started with boats first, and they had boats leaving the Mascara a lot. So
Too bad Gal Gadot's hideous, right?
yeah, we're having fun.
We have a good time. This chick, she's got a good point, man. Lakeview Apartments, rent there's real cheap.
Yeah.
That's why it gets crazies like this.
You get the free gym in the basement.
For some reason, the Daily Planet here, like this felt like a Whedon scene. Visually, it looks so off to me. Like this is gonna sound pretentious as fuck, but like the color palette here feels like much lighter than anything Snyder would ever shoot.
That sounds very pretentious.
But doesn't this look like this feels like a Joss Whedon movie and not like a DC movie right now?
I just think
I
in
know you-
general they didn't use the Daily Planet the way that they could have or should have.
Is Lawrence Fishburne in this? I don't think he is, right?
I don't
No,
remember.
I know you guys can't see me right now, our fans listening, but my hand's in the air, and my question is to anybody that has an answer to this, maybe Josh Whedon, maybe Zack Snyder. I love Amy Adams. I love Diane Lane. But why are they having coffee? Why is this scene relevant? It just seemed like they were so forced into this movie. Like, we have them, we need to use them, but I have no fucking clue how we're going to, so let's just have them sit down, have coffee, and talk about a sale at Macy's, but then also about Clark being dead. It just doesn't seem... It just seems forced to me, I guess.
Well, the reason that they did this is so that she could go out and say, yeah, the DC movies suck.
And dude, they make Diane Lane look older in this than she really is. She's still got it.
She's
she's
definitely
still
got it
pretty
going
hot.
on.
When she shows up to the red carpet, I'm like, dude, why they try and make you look like a hag? She's like, I know, it's kind of cute, huh? Look, no wrinkles. They just put the mop on her fucking head and think that I'm still not gonna try and smash.
Amy Adams plays a point in this in a little bit when Clark comes back. Spoiler alert, but I love how she still wears her wedding ring.
I'm
'Cause
over
if
this
I died,
scene.
Dude, that scene when
we
Clark.
all died when our wives had their wedding rings on.
How long's it been?
Mm.
I think my wife would throw in my casket.
But she'd be like, that's what Geiger would have wanted.
That's what he would have
what
wanted.
he would've
And
wanted.
I'd be like, I'd be in somewhere, and I'd be like, no, I wouldn't.
I never
No.
said that. Ever.
Saw you talk to Charlie from accounting the other day. God damn it.
Cyborg's got good Charlotte on in the background. He's like, my life does suck. This is how Kazaa was founded. I've been looking at my old highlights too. 17 of 19, 340
You think
yards.
You think he downloaded LimeWire and he was like in bed for 2 weeks because he had a virus?
Yeah, it probably slowed his fucking whole body down.
I wanted that new Eminem song, but it cost me. I had to take a week off from work. I had a virus. Just terrible.
What's malware? I don't know. It doesn't sound good.
Do you guys like their rendition of the Batcave here?
It looks like under construction. Yeah, it's okay.
But it's not even a fucking cave. It's literally a building on a lakeside.
The Nolan one's the best one, I think.
Oh, it is.
The Burton one's pretty cool.
Burton one's pretty good.
The Nolan one with actually like the waterfall and everything like that.
Yeah, they have to. He actually has to like walk through water to get to shit.
And I don't blame Affleck for fucking leaving this fucking role.
I don't either,
Like, they
man.
gave him so much to do in BBS, and this is just a joke.
Well, and you can see halfway through he was trying, and then at other times he's just like, I don't give a fuck about this anymore.
Yeah, he's like, dude, fuck this.
I'm over it.
Now we gotta go back in time and tell a quick story about Steppenwolf.
More exposition, even though it's badass. It's just like gets a little tiring. We're gonna see a Green Lantern and then Hercules here as well.
This scene, I almost forgot Hercules was in the DC universe. I had totally forgot in the comics that he actually showed up. I fucking totally forgot about that. But what's awesome about it is he's Hercules, but he's like not even that powerful compared to some of the other heroes. Like Superman can kick his ass.
Yeah, he's no Shazam.
He's just a dude.
Just a bro.
Just a bro, just doing his thing.
Maybe The Rock could play him too again. Wonder if that connected.
Look at these chicks.
Yeah.
These look like a bunch of emperors from Star Wars, by the
Yeah.
way.
No.
No.
This visually is fucking sick. You could tell this was a Snyder scene when
It's like
hunted.
Arizona in August.
This looks like when there's a dollar beer special at some bar, people fucking charging in.
Yeah.
This looks like ladies' night at Buffalo Bills.
Love the lantern.
Yep.
Can't wait to see Tom Cruise as one.
Don't, please.
Don't.
I went through enough, honestly.
There's Hercules.
If Tom
Green Lantern
Cruise,
practiced Scientology too.
Bouncer kicks Steppenwolf out, and his boys are like, "You gotta leave, man." I could watch a movie just on this fight.
I get behind that.
A lot of dead people. Looks like a
I
Sigma
mean,
Chi
don't you
party.
think since this took place, you know, in Wonder Woman's time, like we should have gotten this scene in the Wonder Woman movie to really set this up.
Yeah, or at least like they show the mother box or something.
I mean, I don't think they set it up at all.
No, they don't mention any of this.
The box of men, we had a little kegger before we buried it. Obviously,
Yeah, we did. It was a.
Got to send it off in style.
That's what the Broforce squad did when we saw cocaine. Ronnie Cycli is like, we got to bury this or it's going to destroy us.
But while we bury it, let's have a kegger.
Let's take one more, just a little bump.
Just
before
one
we bury
bump.
the
It's
rest of
fine.
Never hurt anybody.
It's fine.
He's like, so Diana, do you want to make out? What? What is that? We're trying to save the world. No, I know. We are.
Yeah,
and we're
no.
professionals.
The world's going to be here in an hour.
Last I checked, yeah, world's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, and I already filled out the paperwork with HR, so like they know it's cool.
I don't think Affleck got in as good a shape for this either.
He didn't care.
I just think in general he was less motivated, yeah.
He also probably got drunker for it though.
But that's the same with every single Batman. Even Bale, man. Like the first one, he got in really good shape. But by the third one, I think he just finished The Machinist. He looked like he was anorexic.
Do you think Affleck made a pass at Gal Gadot?
For sure.
If not,
I'd be
I
disappointed
don't
if
know
he
why
didn't.
we're here.
How do you think that went? Do you think she was receptive to it?
I don't think she has to be anymore. I mean, she's a pretty big actress.
This was a great scene from the Comic-Con trailer we didn't know we were getting. This is like the most humor I can take from Ezra Miller. Like he's still trying a little bit too hard, and he's like loving his time a little too much. If that makes sense.
People hated him with the man bun. I actually didn't mind it as much as I thought I would.
I
did.
didn't mind it at all.
I don't know why Snyder went away from that. That would have been like a cooler, modern version.
Because everyone fucking destroyed it. But I was just like, yeah, okay. All right, let's see it.
See,
Just
that's not
looking at
funny.
him, I'm fine with his look. And that's an important part too. You know, the look. Like Moa's look is totally different from any Aquaman look. Like they're changing it, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It worked.
It's actually perfect, but his look is fine. It's just that they just tried to make him so jokey, and he's not. Like if this was Ryan Reynolds or something, I think some of this would land.
Eh,
But I just don't think he's comedic that much.
No, he's not.
And it's misplaced. I mean, they're trying to go for a more serious universe here.
This part was cool. You're the Batman? He's like,
Once
okay,
again,
what if that would have just
Snyder,
killed him?
The best dialogue wasted in the trailer. This whole thing was in the trailer.
This whole
Just like
scene.
BBS, the whole thing between him and Clark. I'm like, oh man, what's more to that conversation? Nothing. You showed us it all. Quit showing us everything. He shows us everything.
what's the motto, guys? What do we say?
Show
Show
us.
us. Don't
Don't
tell us.
Tell us. Yeah, see, this is like they're overdoing it. I'm getting annoyed now. And honestly, my theater wasn't even laughing at this.
That's another. I mean, that's part of the problem with this. I think is a lot of the scenes are just too fucking long and boring.
I don't think our theater laughed at all, Jeff.
No, they weren't laughing at him.
I mean, I'll go to Marvel movies. Black Panther, there was a couple scenes where people laughed. This,
I
don't think
had
it's-
some kids in my theater, so this stuff landed, but they were like 12 to 15, maybe. Hell, that line was in the scene also.
Rich. That's a
And
funny line too. In the trailer.
Affleck's humor works when he's like brooding like that, but against Ezra Miller is like this bumbling fucking prepubescent kid who's like shoveling pizza in his throat. Like, come on, man. You're right though, Geiger. Cyborg and Aquaman work so well for me in this movie that I can almost just, and I say that now because I haven't seen him on screen that much, I can almost forget about the Flash.
I don't want a Cyborg, origin story now because I've already seen so much, but if they would have taken a lot of this out and did a Cyborg movie before this, I think it would have done really well.
Oh man. She's like, "What's your AIM screen name?"
Yeah, MySpace me.
See, I dug this scene too because and there's so many people that don't know about Cyborg. Like, God, he could have worked so well if they actually had a director and a writer that just made him a movie. But this kind of stuff is just really cool because in the comics, this is like a lot of the stuff that he does. Like, he can take over a computer, he can talk to you, he can basically just do anything electronically.
Yeah.
I loved this scene where the two of them are talking.
This is maybe one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah. We really need to do this, guys. We don't go back and listen to our reviews before we do the commentaries, but I don't remember what my best scene was. But
Mine was probably something with Alfred.
This had
or
to be.
her
We
with,
don't do any preparation before we do this, and I think that's why people like us.
That's what
because
people
we don't
want.
take it seriously at all.
We're too
Like, I
drunk
literally
to
got
taste
home,
this
drank
chicken.
3 beers, cooked dinner, and got on here. I did not.
I'm sorry. I
I've
stopped
seen
paying
this
attention.
movie last November.
I'm sorry. I stopped paying attention. I was staring at Gal Gadot's ass. My bad.
Now, normally a guy walks out of the alley in a hoodie, you're expecting him to try and either rob you or sell you crack. But this was a
this
planned
looks like-
meeting.
If I can close my eyes and imagine it, this looks like a Baylor football story right now. But
This is this is the beginning of it. And she's like an
we
alpha.
all know how it is.
She's Carrie, the sophomore from the Woodlands, Texas.
I mean, look what she's wearing, though. I mean,
She's asking for it.
is it really the football player's fault, Jeff?
Could he dress up a little bit for this meeting? We're still in the sweatpants and hoodie. Now he probably doesn't smell, at least, because he's a fucking robot mostly.
Yeah. How does he shower? Can he get his robot parts wet, or does he have to wrap them in a plastic bag like when you break your arm?
Probably that, yeah.
So, Banner, you're on a blind date and you're Cyborg. You would get laid every time because you could just pick the internet and look at all of her Instagram and everything. Is like, man, if I could live one place, it'd be it'd be Oregon. Like, oh my God, I'm from there. Like, what?
What?
Like,
No
what?
way.
It's weird.
No way. So weird. Also, I can make my dick as big as I want. And then this is you when she says that she's waiting till marriage. Just fly off.
It's like, I love
Bye.
Jack Johnson, but I hate guys that don't pay attention to girls. It's like, oh my God, me too. Like, this is insane. I seriously think you're lying to me. There's no way you're
This is another cool scene.
I forgot about this scene.
Yeah, I did too.
This would be a Snyder scene.
Yep.
Yep, for sure it is.
This guy in the water got really in over his head.
The way Momoa looks right there with the wave coming up behind him.
Yeah, this is fucking awesome. Drinks on him. I thought that was Pierce Brosnan for a second.
He wishes he was.
I would love to drink with Arthur Curry.
I don't know that I could. I
Looks
can
like he
hang with a
just-
lot of people. I'm not sure I could hang with him.
Looks like he just finger blasted a mermaid before he came up here.
Wouldn't you?
How many mermaids do you think he's fucked?
Dude,
Let's-
all
look,
of them.
The number,
How many
the
are
number
there?
that he hasn't fucked
Yeah,
is
how many
smaller.
are there?
I don't like whiskey, but if I did, I always dreamed of the day that I'd finish the last drop and just break the bottle on the ground. But someone would be like, "Hey, dude," I'm like, "Sorry, I'll pick
Sorry,
it up."
sorry. Give me
That
the
was
broom.
dick. The CGI for him, I thought was pretty good, and that's why I'm really interested to see. This is the
So-
Amber Heard scene, I believe.
Yeah, so
Yeah, oh my
one
God.
thing that I think is interesting, so she plays Mira, obviously, in this and in the Aquaman movie. So they do these little bubbles to talk to each other. I don't know how they're going to do it in Aquaman, but James Wan said that that is not how they'll communicate with each other.
No, they're going to be in an underwater city.
I don't know. I mean, this is Atlantis.
I think there's somewhere. Atlanta should be an underwater city where they're actually talking and stuff.
Dude, see, right now when Steppenwolf shows up, I shit my pants.
Really? I think he's just... When Amber Heard shows up, I shit my pants. That was pretty good casting, I'll have to admit.
Yeah, her and the red hair, digging it.
It's weird
He's
that
like-
Momoa and her wouldn't fuck, though, because they both like older people.
Aquaman sees that dude, he's like, Tom's sleeping on the job again. Steppenwolf likes to beat up women. He's like Johnny Depp. A little too real.
Yeah, what too hard for Amber Heard to play this role?
Yeah, but he's got the right.
He's, beat the shit out of you. Okay.
He's got the right hook of Ray Rice.
God. Yeah, I feel like if Steppenwolf would have just fought like strictly in the water, Aquaman probably could have beat the shit out of him.
I'd agree with that.
I know he gets him right here, but like
You don't go to Lambeau in January, Jeff, and expect to win when it's snowing,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
look how much easier this one was to get for him.
See, this scene, although I liked it, it was stupid. So he just went down there and got the mother box, and now it's just, I don't know.
I feel
Yeah,
like
so
that's
this-
one that they had to cut stuff out of. Like they're like that was way too
Yeah.
long.
So this is what James Wan said. This is not how they'll talk.
Amber Heard looks fantastic, though, as Mira.
Yes, she does. And the photo I've seen of her in the Aquaman movie, she does not look any worse. I'll say that. His movie has a lot of potential because the whole story,
They
like,
do, dude. And them two have a really connection on screen and stuff. You can tell that they used to have sex, and she got pissed about something, or she was late on her period, and Momoa was just like, whatever, I'm gonna go to land.
see everything they're talking
Doesn't
about.
matter.
I hope that's the movie.
What if that was the plot? It's just like, yeah, she said she was late, but I didn't care. I just went to land.
She's attractive.
A little bit.
You know what it is. That thing that we did under the bleachers in 8th grade. I'm gonna need one of those. This family wasn't feeling it, man.
No, I agree.
Really, just
Okay,
why?
this is Snyder too. Let's show somebody who's a damsel in distress. No one gives a fuck about. Let's throw him in the middle of the fucking movie. He did this in BVS too, and I didn't fucking understand it. With the guy in the wheelchair
Yeah.
that everyone thought was either Robin or something like that. It was just like, okay.
Well,
you
his
just
name. I thought it was Wally West because they call him Wally in the beginning of the movie,
I don't know.
but it
I didn't
wasn't.
care about this at all. I'm like, whatever.
Like, just leave. You got parademons moving in. You know what? I'm gonna put the for sale sign out tomorrow.
It's not that simple, Jeff.
Well, the whole property value goes down is the problem.
Well, and they're first-time homeowners. They haven't been there 5 years. They're gonna have to pay those closing costs back.
These guys,
Dude,
the
I'll tell you, me and
parademons.
my wife are looking at a house right now. We'd move in right here because I guarantee it'd be dirt cheap. I'm like, I know there's parademons flying around here every fucking night.
I'll call
You better go down this price a
Terminex.
little
It's
bit.
fine.
I don't know, Geiger. You don't want to raise a family in a neighborhood with parademons. I said it.
Jesus, Jeff.
He's doing some interior decorating. He's like, I want this mother box here. And he balances out the room.
I want this one's here because this is the game room. It's a little more fun. This mother box.
This is where we can let our hair down, guys. Okay. Coolers in the
Gotta-
back.
Got a pool table and Pac-Man right there. You like Pac-Man? Like
One
not
parademon's
really.
like-
I was born in '88, so no.
Parademon's like, it's actually Mrs. Pac-Man. There's not a difference, Chris. Okay, it's the same game.
It's the same game.
I bet the parademons know how to party. They have a good time.
Yeah, they got a good time.
Dude, Victor Stone is like a huge part of this. Oh, this part creeped me out too, actually.
I feel bad for Warner Brothers now, though. It's like, or any movie studio, when they test a movie, it's like, oh, do you think our generation that mostly go to movies, like, you think they'll get it? Like, I don't know. Like, our generation doesn't even know what a gender is anymore. So we might not understand, like, why Steppenwolf's trying to take over the world. Here's J.K. Simmons.
I did like him as Gordon. Still kind of weird to get used to seeing someone else other than Oldman, but he's a great actor.
Once again, does he even need to be in here?
No.
Introduce him in a Batman movie. Just so many throwaway characters in here. I'm going to bed. See you guys later. You guys can finish.
Have a good night, man. Why are these fucking, like, homeless people on the computers?
It's a library.
Library in a police station. I like that shot.
Yep, I'd do it.
I'm a disgusting person. I need help.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of do.
See, that's like trying so hard to be funny. Come on, dude.
It's just not even like...
It's just like you just want to,
Yeah.
to be funny so badly. But I guess, like, they had to make him the comedic relief because no one else on the team
can
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they could have a little bit with Momoa. I think they could have added a little bit of Momoa comedy to it, but I also don't know that this movie needed comedy.
If they would have just had everyone has a little bit of levity instead of one guy's just like basically a slapstick. Like the Flash in this is in a different movie.
He is. But the way that they have him move with the lightning around him and the way that they did that, really fucking good. And I think that's one thing that's cool that we should point out too is like they did it their way. Quicksilver in the X-Men universe did it their way, and then Quicksilver in the MCU did it their way. They're all different, and I think they're all good.
I do kind of like this, how they're all like assembling on the top of the GCPD. This is like John Cal.
Fucking Ezra's eyes right there is like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know.
Gordon right here is like John Calipari. He's like, look, I can't control most of you, but if we just give him 40 minutes of hell and no one here gets arrested for beating up a co-ed, I think we got a shot at this.
They're all freshmen. They're just trying to get used to each other.
He's like, look, I'll
Another
piss
question.
in the cup for you if I have to.
He just said that building was abandoned. This is horrible, dude. Come on. Ugh. Batman just said that building was abandoned in 29. Like, how have we not fucking torn that down? It's been almost 100 years. We're not using it?
It's a pretty good location in Gotham. I mean, if you put a Denny's there, it would be profitable.
So why don't we try that? This corner is a shithole.
You know how the city is, Jeff. There's so many goddamn permits and shit.
That's
just
true.
to do.
The amount of red
franchises make it anymore.
The amount of red tape, they've effectively killed the small business owner. I'll give you that. I'm gonna try and piss before this shit really hits the fan. I love this scene.
I love Batman's suit in this movie too.
Yeah, I'm still. This is as close as you're gonna get to like just the gray and blue. I'm just glad they didn't go like all black.
Yeah.
And they kind of did look like they did BVS, but yeah, I like how it looks like scratched up and shit, like
Yep.
it's been worn.
Yeah, it's not fresh. There's no fresh paint on there.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill suits always look like, dude, have you ever been in combat kind
No.
of thing? I mean, they definitely look worn and tattered, and they look cool.
I'm mixed on Steppenwolf. Like, there are times where I love him, times that I hate him. The Aquaman scene, when he's on
He
Themyscira,
sucks, but I just don't. I don't think it was time to have a big time villain in this. Honestly, I get why they used him. I was fine with using him. He was worse than I thought he'd be, but I didn't like how he said that. But I get where they're going with that. How he's like, I just push people and run away. Like I don't actually fight.
yeah,
But I just hated how Bruce was like, I don't know. I think it would have worked if we would have got a Flash movie. You would have already kind of put your feet in the ground. It's like, hey, this is the Flash that we're going for here.
well, I did like how didn't like how they kind of tried to make Bruce a father figure to him, either.
I hated that because Spider-Man: Homecoming came out like 4 months earlier, and it just seemed like they were trying to copycat off that. He was definitely, I think after Spider-Man: Homecoming came out, they're like, dude, we need to make him funnier and just be like Tom Holland. It just seemed like we're watching a Tom Holland wannabe.
Yeah, but Tom Holland, it wasn't forced.
Right. I totally agree. I'm just saying that I think Warner Brothers wanted him to be Tom Holland so bad. I'm just like, dude, just be Barry Allen. Just have him be Barry Allen.
The CGI on Steppenwolf, think about how far this shit has come, dude. I think he looks really good.
Yeah, he looks
great.
The look of him is not the problem.
And Bruce, he's like, good. I can kick the shit out of some parademons.
I love Flash Lightning CGI. I thought it was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you were pissing whenever I said this. I really like how they did it differently than both of the Quicksilvers.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And I think all three of them are good, and they all did their own spin on the super fast.
That is some shit talking. My axe is still slick with the blood of your sisters.
Yeah.
Like, that's just fucked up, dude. That's not fair. Dude, the Bruce from the last movie would whoop the shit out of this guy.
Never mind. I was gonna do a period joke, but I'm just gonna put it in the freezer and maybe defrost it later.
Plenty of time to bust that out again.
You're fine.
Yeah.
I like the Nightcrawler here too.
I do too. Bruce would whoop the shit out of one parademon easily.
Yeah, that's why I liked having parademons, because he could actually, fight them. I just didn't like how Flash, they made him just such a pussy. There's like, just save the people and get out of here. I don't know.
Also, did they ever explain, like, he acts like he doesn't do anything, but in Suicide Squad, he captures Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
And in this, he acts like he's, like, not a crime fighter.
Does that happen after this, chronologically?
Well, that movie starts with the death
Suicide
of
Squad should
Superman.
happen first.
Yeah, I guess that's true because Batman captured Will Smith.
And Bruce at the end gets the files of everyone from Amanda Waller.
And that's the problem with casting Will Smith right there. Better just pointed it out.
Yeah.
See, one thing I like about Snyder's Batman is he's all about the guns because he will just fucking kill anyone. He's not interested in, like, taking you home to interrogate you.
Jeff, you put a roast in the oven, that's not going to keep. So you might as well just kill him quick.
This parademon's about to get it.
Yeah. He is.
Alfred called him, Massa Wayne, your roast is almost done.
It's about to get dry.
Well, I gotta fight these parademons. Just kill them. You know it won't keep. Like, that's true.
I'll cancel the pizza. Check out our Batman and Robin movie commentary. The second one we ever did of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Barry Allen's playing a little game I like to call Just the Tip, just for a second.
First.
Civil War? Or, well, one that
Batman
was...
Robin was the first.
I think
One
Batman
that
and Robin might have been the first.
Yeah, because we did another
Batman and Robin was the
movie.
first.
We did another movie, but we deleted it and redid it. That we won't let our fans know what it is.
That wasn't the first, though.
That part was pretty funny. Okay, when he lands on Gal Gadot, he totally got it in, right?
People like he can have sex that fast too, right?
I
If that's the
don't know
case-
about him, but I
Dude,
can.
I'm not the Flash, and I can have sex that fast.
I was gonna say I might have a superpower then, if that's what it's gonna be considered. That's her signature move.
One thing I'll say
That's what
about
my
this
wife
movie
does
too.
when I try to have sex with her and she doesn't want it. She just crosses her hands like that, blocks me into the other room.
One thing about this movie I'll say is I'm not a big fan of the score. It's a little too much in your face right now.
Apparently.
Jeff, wasn't this one the score at the very end where it was almost Nolan Not Nolan, sorry, Burton Batman. Wasn't this that score?
Yeah, they busted out occasionally for Batman, which I always love.
I kind of dug that, actually. I was pissed off that I'm like, you're going to use that score on this piece of shit, but I was like, okay, it's kind of cool that you're paying homage, I guess.
Alfred's like, look, I have a job and we're unionized, so if you could not put me out of work, I'd appreciate it.
It's like an air traffic controller that's like working on his day off. It's like, dude, I don't care if these fucking planes crash. I just, like, seriously, I had tickets to fucking Molly Hatchet. I'm here.
What are we under right now? Shit. I'm digging Batman's suit, though. It has like just a hint of blue, not insisting upon itself.
It's just not all black, which is awesome because that's all we've ever seen on screen.
Yeah.
And it's definitely worn.
So do they reference Darkseid at all in this movie?
I thought they did somewhere, yes. God, this is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Now the team's together.
With him in his suit and everything.
And his
I'll tell you
salad
what,
fork.
man, this Aquaman movie is going to be good, but he signed on, and it's been confirmed, and he's going to be the Crow, apparently. It's been reconfirmed. I think that is going to be his shining moment, for sure.
That's so his speed, it's not even funny.
It is, and it's not part of a big studio like Warner Brothers, where they'll probably take their time with it and do it well. I mean, I'll say the first one's going to be fantastic. I guarantee you they'll probably try to make a trilogy out of it. The second one will be okay, and the third one will be bad. But the first one, I think, will be really good.
That movie's kind of been through. I mean, it hadn't started shooting, so it's probably not as big a deal. But
it's been through.
Through production
that was one of our
hell.
second episodes we talked about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hiddleston
it's
was
definitely
on,
been
Momoa.
in development hell for sure.
This is where Gordon's like, well, Gotham's still a shithole, so looks like everything's good. I dig his suit too.
Slightly off topic, but I heard this on the radio today that Deadpool 2 has been screening for fans. Ryan Reynolds has 2 endings, and he's wanted to see what fans thought. And on a movie total with both endings, fans have given it a 98 and a 94. On one ending a 98, one ending a 94, and they say the movie's fantastic.
Oh, I've heard the opposite. They've been reshooting the last 2 months. I've heard it's not looking good. So that's
really
good.
Because everyone's giving it really good reviews on what they've been showing in theaters. Now they've been showing 2 versions, and both of them got over 90s. So
I saw a quote on Heroic Hollywood that a Fox executive said like a month ago. We can't show this to people. But who knows?
I mean, I've been on record saying it's going to be the biggest flop this year.
I'm interested now that they have 2 endings.
That's right, isn't it?
What?
Didn't I say this is going to be the biggest flop? That one?
Maybe. I know I said Solo was going to be the biggest surprise.
Why does Ezra Miller look like a Jedi? A Jedi.
Don't get scared. Don't get scared as it has 2 endings, though. Get Out had like 2 or 3 endings.
Yeah, they changed that one after the audience screenings. Now, is this the same this may be a dumb question. Is this the same Batcave from BVS? Because this looks totally different.
No, it's
totally different.
Me and Banner were talking about that, how this is stupid. It looks like it's
like a lakeside warehouse.
This isn't even a Batcave.
No, it's a fucking warehouse. It's like a machine
It's like a
shop.
hangar.
Yeah.
It's like,
He's
guys,
got all-
I know
Momoa in
the
that
world's
leather
about to end,
jacket.
but we got to be out of here by Sunday because this is where they manufacture screen doors.
Yeah, they're also having a rave then, too. A bunch of 16-year-old chicks are going to be here.
They're having their 30th year anniversary party. I know the world's going to end, but I'll be damned if I fucking put a stop to that. They deserve it. They work hard.
So right now, they stole this one back from Steppenwolf, but he definitely has the other 2, right? From Themyscira and Atlantis.
Yes.
Yeah. And it looks extremely cold in there. Everyone's wearing a jacket except Gal Gadot's wearing a fucking Cleve shirt, so.
It's fine.
Bruce has his, I don't know, who knows, a board meeting could break out in the middle of this.
If they start talking expense reports, Bruce is ready. He's like,
I got
a shirt, tie, and a fucking vest on. You really want to go toe to toe with me right now? You can't expense lunch every day, Jason. I told you.
It's a joke. And who are these clients you claim you're taking out?
Yeah, it was a client. Like, gee, I know that company's your father's.
This is where he makes a fucked up line. He says something that's you just shouldn't go there.
Yeah, he says something about Steve Trevor.
Yeah. He goes to a place you can't go. She's like, look, don't mansplain this to me. It's like the way he brings him up, we're obviously about to find out, but it like doesn't make sense. It's just like such a low blow.
So Themyscira, there's no way they'd have transgender, right? Because they've never met the other gender. So like,
Yeah.
if you're ugly, what do you do to like set yourself apart?
Oh.
Dang. It's totally because he's just saying that because he got shut down by her. Over on the lake, he's like, so like you wanna like.
I mean, she
go to
gave him a
dinner
hand
sometime?
job over the pants, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, an old OTPH. He's saying some fucked up stuff right now. Flash is like, I gotta get front row seats for this.
Yeah,
Aquaman's about to start taking bets.
He's like, get in your popcorn.
I wonder how much those contacts are, Banner. We should fucking get a pair of those.
I
Those
can't
would
imagine
be
they're that
sick.
much, right?
Banner, you already have like the hair of Aquaman.
It's not so much anymore, because since I cut it last year, but it's getting back. It's getting there. And I will not put the little blonde highlights in it. That looks dumb.
Let me say this about Affleck. Maybe he
Because you don't
wasn't.
like pussy, apparently.
Yeah, were you
Apparently
allergic
not.
to it? Maybe Affleck
Maybe
wasn't
allergic.
so into this role, but he's trying, and I appreciate that.
In this scene, he's trying. There are other scenes where he doesn't try.
He was running the numbers, guys. We can bring Superman back.
I love how he's in the Batcave, just like with an Excel spreadsheet, just seeing how he could bring Superman back. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's like I put in the formulas, and I think that this does make sense.
He's like, but how do I make it animated? I'm trying to make a good presentation here, guys.
And see, like,
I'm surprised Diana is like, hey, if you could bring people back, bring Steve Trevor back. I have an orgasm since fucking 1935.
since Nom. See, like, is this now Wayne Manor? Because this looks nothing like the Wayne Manor from BVS.
See, I
He's got
thought
a
this
couple
was his
places to
plane.
ship. This
so I
is
was
his
confused.
vacation home in Baruth.
Yeah, can a guy not have multiple places? One he likes to unwind in, the other one's a little more serious.
This one's where I like to keep all my art, that I bought over the years. And this other one, it's just basically a fuck pad.
He's like, what, Alfred? Alfred with the combat boots and the tie, it's such a weird combination. He's like, I'm here for business, but also I like to party.
What kind of bar do you think Alfred goes to? Like, do you think he goes to a Buffalo Wild Wings ever? Do you think Alfred's ever been to a Buffalo Wild Wings?
He might have like stopped in to piss one time. It's like, what
You don't
is
think, like,
this?
some of his friends, though, from Cornell or wherever he went, like, would go to Buffalo Wild Wings,
No,
like, to watch
what's-
a Cornell football game?
Oh my god, in Batman and Robin, what's the shirt that they have? Like
Oxford,
Oxbridge.
wasn't it?
Well, they combine
Oxbridge? Yeah.
because they combined Cambridge and Oxford into Oxbridge. It's like Oxbridge rowing, right? And then we made the joke.
So you don't think he goes to Buffalo Wild Wings at like 9 a.m. to watch Oxford, a soccer match?
He's a big time donor, so when he goes, he likes to be incognito. He doesn't want all the attention. See, this is cringeworthy right here. This. Like, you serious?
I'll have to tell you that them digging up the body was a little too much. I was like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, here's the exposition. Here, how'd you get your powers? Because we didn't get a chance to actually show you and care about it. This is where Ray Fisher is just acting circles around Ezra Miller. Like his character actually has humanity, and you feel for him. Ezra Miller's like, how can I get another cheap laugh out of the audience? This is the betas before they go to the bar, looking at all the drunk sorority girls. All right, who's the shit-faced?
There was a balcony at one of the bars we went to, and all the guys would just be up there like, her, she can barely stand. Let's go talk to her.
Oh God, men are pigs.
Shots. I'm like my fucking boyfriend ain't here. Like, okay,
wow,
cool.
He sounds like an asshole. Why'd he leave you? You seem like so much fun.
Right? By the way, I haven't found my fucking other heel, if you see it.
Let's go look for it. Aquaman's just like loading shit up. All right, guys, let's put this in the back of your Hyundai Elantra.
Sorry, this is my company car. By the way, we gotta kill this guy quick. I got a fucking meeting at 8.
Yeah, and they won't let me expense gas past 9:30 because they say it doesn't seem like it's for business use.
Yeah. What the fuck's that even mean?
I don't know what it means.
Aquaman's trident, he just used it a little bit ago, but he has it the whole movie, and like he just, I don't know. I mean, he uses it sometimes.
This ship does look exactly the same though, from even the first one. The ship's been in all 3 movies, I guess, right? This is Zod's ship.
Yeah, I guess. I wish that they would have dropped him in the Lazarus pit. We actually see Ra's al Ghul.
That would have been cool.
Were they dropping in this? I thought that he should have been the villain in this movie.
There's a deleted scene, I've actually seen it, where he goes back on, I think it's his dad's ship, Jor-El's ship. And there's like a version of the black suit that like comes up that he like doesn't put on. And that's another reason fans are like, give us the Snyder cut, even though I don't think that's a version of the movie that actually exists. Because it wasn't like he finished the film and then one of them was like...
Yeah, that's the problem with that whole thing, man. He didn't finish the film. So,
yeah,
if you want the Snyder cut, cool, but...
It's going to be like 2/3 of a movie that like, and you know, shoot out of order, so it won't make any fucking sense.
Now, I do agree with you why I would rather see an unfinished film than this fucking hunk of shit. That would actually make sense and be good, but...
The other weird thing is like I think it's revisionist history, right? So like Zack Snyder comes off the project and fans are you know, displeased with a lot of versions of this. But let's not act like Zack Snyder is Francis Ford Coppola. You know, he's made some mistakes with his films, but I think
I'm not saying that his shit's that good. BBX it's a good movie. I don't think it's as shitty as people give it credit, but he can't story, but he can do action scenes.
Right. But the thing that I think makes it so tough is that him and Joss Whedon just make totally different films. So to have them make the same movie, that's why it feels like a fucking Frankenstein almost, like it was just pieced together. Did you like this? How they...
I hated this. And the reason why is because it's not well explained at all. Bruce is just like, oh, by the way, you've never seen me working on this. There's never been any foreshadowing of this, but I know of a way to bring him to life.
Cyborg crunch the numbers.
If he would have just said, listen, I can bring him back, I wish that it would have been a last ditch effort to save the world. Like Steph would have kicked their ass. So like, we need Clark, and then he would have went to the Lazarus pit or contacted Ra's al Ghul. I thought that would have worked. This is stupid. Fucking stupid.
Yeah, if he would have contacted Roz and like we know that Talia has existed in this world and maybe Damien's even a thing, and he would have been like, look, you know, if I'm calling you, I need a fucking favor because we don't like each other.
We need to bring him back.
Well, and you could have been introduced Slade Wilson at that point too, right?
That would have been pretty sick.
Or at least mentioned him.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it would have been even cooler at the end of the movie. This is where it's just so gratuitous. I don't mind because they do it with Thor all the time. But it's like he was in the water with his suit on, and now just because Cavill's in incredible shape, he just doesn't have a shirt on.
I've gone on record and said I do not like Cavill, so fuck him.
I don't have any problem.
I don't think they've done him justice. I think that he's a good Superman. I liked him in Man of Steel, but after that, I just thought they'd thrown him away. They're just like, hey, you're Superman, be in this movie, do this, but they haven't given him anything. This is fucking terrible. This was so bad where I kind of like where Momoa's like, dude, he doesn't know who the fuck we are, but you can't just have him go crazy for 2 seconds and then have fucking Amy Adams show up and they're like, oh, okay, he's cool now. He needs to go black suit for a while. Like, I'm talking a whole movie and then come back later.
Well, remember, this was originally supposed to be a 2-parter. This is like when your dog won't stop barking at some like chick you bring over. You're like, okay, killer, let's relax. This is also like when you first start getting boners when you're like 15, you can't stop it or you don't know why you get them.
You have to tuck it in your pants and your belt.
You're like, why do I have a boner right now?
This scene though, whenever I saw it, I was like, okay, he's gonna go black suit, he's gonna be the villain and stuff. But I know what. So, I mean, I'm a Superman fan too, but I know what some are saying, dude. Like, dude, we haven't even gotten a lot of his comic book arc. We got one movie, another half of a movie, and he died. And I'm like, well, this is what Warner Brothers gave you. So he came back from the dead. He has to be black suit. He should have a beard. He should have longer hair. Like this, it doesn't work for me at all.
Him kicking, it just shows you how much stronger than everyone he is, because like, we know Aquaman's no fucking joke. Wonder Woman is like basically we would think his same strength. Cyborg can pretty much do anything, and he's just whooping. He's like tossing them aside like rag dolls. This is varsity versus JV right here, boys.
This part was cool.
Sad during all this, isn't he going to get fucking Amy Adams?
Yeah.
Why didn't he just have Flash go get her?
I don't know if Flash knows her.
He could just say, go here and get her, say that back, and he'd be way quicker.
But also, Bruce knows, like, what's he going to do right now to help fight Superman?
You wouldn't have to fight Superman. Flash would be there and back. Once he opened his eyes, Flash would be there and back.
I guess I know exactly where she is.
Bruce would tell him. You just know I'm making sense.
I don't know, man. One thing I do hate is the humor coming up when Clark, like, hurts Bruce. Or the joke that he makes. Because that's when I really felt like this is not the same Batman we just saw. And I know he's had a bit of a, like, come to Jesus moment after everything that happened, but you don't change that much. She was about to do her signature. You don't do that. If you ever watch professional wrestling, Geiger knows this. When someone's about to do their signature move, you don't stop them in the middle of it.
Yeah, unless it's WrestleMania and you want to tease the fans. But yes, that is correct.
God, can you imagine being picked up by your jaw? He's got a good point.
Batman and Superman's relationship in this is just so fucking forced. Even from BVS and this whole thing, do you bleed thing, and I get it. It's kind of cool, but just in this context, it's just
the mustache doesn't look CGI'd out here. It looks like he actually didn't have it.
I was just thinking that.
This is true though. Like, Banner, if you're at a bar drunk and shit, and you got a guy by the neck, and your wife comes in, you're just like, okay, I'll let him go.
Like, she just saved your life, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. But let's be honest, most of the time, I'm the guy that is being choked out.
Yeah, I've seen it. Usually over boneless wings for some reason.
Look, with bone in, they get all over your hands, all over your mouth. It's messy. And then you forget to wash your hands, so then you go and pee, and you get the hot sauce all on your dick, and it hurts,
God.
It makes sense for him and the waitstaff.
Or you scratch your eyeballs or something with it. Yeah, you're right. That's...
Yeah, boneless is the way to go.
You You know Lois was at Keith's house, though, and, like, hanging out. I mean, they went on 3 dates. They said Clark's back. You know she probably went and got her ring and then came back.
See, like this. Which character am I seeing right now? Is this the Batman that you've shown me for the
Oh, this
in the
is a
previous?
badass fucking Affleck Batman that kicked everyone's ass in BBS, or he's like, oh, I need a Tylenol, my knee hurts.
Steppenwolf is such a little shithead. Like, to come now and take this.
Oh, a circle's happening over the horizon. We haven't seen this since BVS and Doomsday came. Doomsday should have been the villain. A throwaway villain. Have fucking Steppenwolf be Lex Luthor's creation, but Doomsday should have been the villain.
Wasn't the motherbox on that car? How did Steppenwolf take it from inside the ship?
It's magic.
He's like, we got fucking foreclosed on? How? I left you guys a shit ton of money. Well, we bought some stuff.
Bruce was supposed to take care of this. Well, Bruce kind of fucked us.
Yeah, now he's like, can we go back and I start choking him again? Because this isn't...
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Is that me?
folks.
Again, now his shirt being off is just a little gratuitous. Aquaman doing his Bobby Knight impression. He's like, all right, let's hit the showers, all of us, and let's just figure this out together.
I know we've tried to do this in many movies, but I don't like... in the comics, I like it, but I don't like the scene with Batman with his suit on and his fucking, like, helmet or face mask or whatever you want to call it off. I don't like it.
I do, though. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think that it just shows that, like,
It's just
hey, you
so
can let your hair down a
overdone,
little.
man. So overdone. Like, hey, I'm Batman, but I'm Bruce too. Like, let's talk.
I mean, we can all agree the best use of it is at the end of Batman and Robin when Alfred is dying of McGregor syndrome stage 2, and Chris O'Donnell is there without his mask on and just his suit. Like, no one's ever going to top that version of it.
What about the end of Batman Returns when Michael Keaton takes off his mask to show Michelle Pfeiffer, but he didn't have the eyeliner on anymore?
Yeah. That's cool.
For the eyeliner too. Well, I'm fucking Batman. It's like, oh, that seems correct. Okay.
I went to the
I'll
washroom
listen to
real quick. Who is this? What character is this?
He's trying to be Iron Man.
this. You can tell where Whedon just took over here, and it's here.
It sucks at the end when he says something like, I don't not like you. And you're like, what? Someone's got to pop this back in. I want this Under Armour shirt.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't work out any more than I work out now, but I'd at least look cool while I'm standing at, like, next to the elliptical.
You'd eat wings in it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure I'd eat wings in it. But let's be honest, I'd eat wings in, like, a toga or a hospital gown.
She's like, I used to be a trainer when I was at Penn State for the football team. It's like, what?
Michigan State. Really? You know Larry Nassar? She's like, I don't want to talk about that, Bruce.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, wow, I figured you might be brave enough to come forward.
Well, it hasn't been 25 years yet. Yeah, that's true. It's like a turkey. You got to give it time.
That's what the Thunder say to Carmelo Anthony. You can't do this forever. And he goes, I can't do it now. I do love this version of Bruce, even in the last one, how he drinks.
Yeah, that was definitely a generous pour.
Fucking Diane Prince, she's in sports medicine in college. Oh, did you finish? No, I dropped out. Why? It's like, well, I just realized I had superpowers, so what's really the point?
Yeah, so, like,
Jesus
why do I
Christ,
need a
Have you
fucking
seen the
undergrad?
financial aid at Penn State? It's fucking ridiculous.
It's going to take me half my lifetime to pay that shit off.
Oh my god.
She
Yeah.
does. We have a good time.
Yeah, his suit right here is awesome with, like, the scuff mark.
Tanner,
What?
as your friend, I don't know if you could pull this off. I don't know if you could pull that suit off.
I could pull that suit off. I might not
He
be
has
able
a-
to pull that suit off.
He has a shirt on now, at least.
If there's a cornfield, I always go out here and do this. I just kind of feel it, just wait for my wife to come out. Is there something wrong? I'm like, yeah.
Why would you think there's something wrong? Because you're acting like a fucking lunatic? That's
We've
mainly...
petting corn for the last hour, so.
Oh, you don't pet corn?
I thought that's why we grew corn, was to pet it.
Did they show this scene in the trailer?
Part of it, yeah.
It's like, dude, I mean, most people know he's going to come back, but, like, don't.
Do you guys not feel the connection between the two of them either?
I've always said that for whatever reason in these movies, Amy Adams just feels like a puzzle piece that isn't fitting right.
She's a round peg in a square hole.
She's a great
I just
actor.
feel like Amy Adams in this movie. I'm like, oh, I love Amy Adams, but in this, I'm just like, she's Amy Adams. Like, she doesn't fit in. They don't. I understand what you're saying. She just doesn't do anything for me, but I don't think it's her fault. I think Cavill is kind of a
terrible
he's
actor.
a wet blanket
I agree
sometimes
with
to
you.
me.
Terrible.
I think he's a good
awful.
Superman, but as a Clark Kent with Lois Lane, I don't think he's good at all.
It's weird, too, because I agree with that, but I think him with Diane Lane as his mom is incredible.
That is incredible, but their love, even in Man of Steel, was forced to me. It was just so. There was no reason for them to even get together. He saved her life, but she's not a character that cares about that because she can take care of her own shit. So I just didn't understand their love connection at all.
It's just like, you're hot, I'm hot, you know, let's just
Hey,
bang
you're
it out.
hot, I'm hot. Why don't we just fuck? You're like,
Let's
yeah.
see where this goes. And then Lois like, I can't believe you think I'm like that.
That was a bad CGI'd mustache, I'm pretty sure. I'm over this scene
I gotta
again.
get a beer too. I'll just talk to Banner while Jeff leaves.
I'm just over this scene. Like, all right, he's back.
Actually, in the trailer, I was looking forward to this scene the most. And
The green screen behind them is really bad as well.
Banner, you've just never been to the Midwest. It does look like that. It looks that beautiful. Trust me.
I mean, I literally live in the Midwest, and it looks nothing like that.
Oklahoma's not the Midwest.
It's what is it then?
I don't know what it is. It's almost Texas, is what it is.
Oh, thanks.
Kansas, Iowa, Missouri. That's more of.
I live in northern Oklahoma. That's pretty Midwest.
Is that north? Jeff, I'll have to admit though, him with his mother is perfect, and him with Costner was good. I just don't.
Oh
know.
my gosh,
Yeah,
that shit was
him and
awesome.
Costner was
Adams,
fantastic.
I don't want to say it's Amy Adams miscasted because she's the
Nope.
great actress.
No.
They just needed somebody else, I guess.
It's not. It's definitely
It's
Henry Cavill.
The Costner scene where it's the flashback and he sees him on the mountain, that's in BVS, right? Yeah, it's not in this.
Yeah, that's BVS
Yeah.
because whenever we saw the movie, we were pissed off at ourselves that we didn't spoil that for us. We're like, how do we not know Costner's in this?
That scene was fucking incredible. Now, what's Steppenwolf trying to do here with the mother boxes? Just take over Earth?
Yeah, I mean, he's just making his own little cocoon so he can hatch a butterfly.
And this Czechoslovakian family that lives below the poverty line just still, for some reason, hasn't moved.
Well, where else are they gonna go?
Jersey? It's probably less of a shithole.
It's probably a wash. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Actually, I was thinking of Atlantic City. I don't know why I said Jersey. Sorry to all the Jersey people out there.
Isn't Atlantic City in Jersey?
No, it's in New York.
Oh.
It's in Jersey, I guess. It's my peanut gallery's telling me. I wonder if do we know if the Aquaman movie takes place before or after this? I'm hoping before because
I
he has
hope before.
so much backstory that I want to see.
I bet it'll take place after, though. See, this right here, just the score it's too much in my face.
See the Flash, the fucking jaw dropped on the floor. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, he's trying too hard.
He really is.
Look, if you're Jeremy Irons, you're like, so Bruce, real quick, if you die here, I get everything, right?
He's like, I packed you lunches. I know, Bruce, I know you like the crust cut off. His technology in this is like beyond what we've seen from any Bruce before, which is pretty cool.
The Batmobile's pretty fucking sick too.
This might be my favorite non-action set piece scene in this when
Yeah.
She
Aquaman's
ropes him.
Yeah,
and
you
that's
don't-
also
you don't
the
really
only
have-
one that's not in the trailer.
That's a great point. This is the only scene that's not in the trailer that I'm just like, okay, this is a fun surprise.
Yeah, this He's calling him out. And fierce and strong and also and smart, you know, all that other stuff. Like Ezra Miller's doing his best version of acting, and then Momoa does this, like, hey, sorry to embarrass you, bro.
Did you guys see that he was holding the lasso here? I didn't see it coming.
Well, also because they show the wide shot and it's nowhere near him earlier, so it's a little bit of a continuity error, but I'm willing to let it go because it's a great scene. He really would kick the shit out of Flash in a heartbeat.
I'm surprised he hasn't already.
Look at this overacting, dude. It's like unbelievable.
Now we're back to the
That
concentration
check family.
camp family.
It just won't fucking leave. He's like, we have 2 more payments on this mortgage, and then we own this house. Why would we walk out?
I have a package from Amazon arriving tomorrow, and I'll be damned if a fucking apocalypse is gonna stop me from
And guys,
getting that.
I
It
need
might arrive-
that
it might
avocado cutter.
Yeah, and it might arrive today because I've been tracking it. It just got scanned in 14 miles from us.
You ever seen a plasma screen? It's gonna change the way we watch TV.
I'm telling you guys, HD. There's going to be shit on the soccer field for that really bad Lithuanian league that we watch every weekend that we didn't even know was there.
We might be able to see them kick the ball.
Maybe. I dig this aesthetic. Ominous, dark, fucking works. The hard part is like Geiger was saying, finding stuff for Batman to do. Not a good start here. Is this a United Airlines flight? Because everything's going fucking wrong. These big action movies, all studios, they love the force field that gets shut down trope.
Well, yeah, I mean it's perfect. I love it too.
I forgot how awesome this.
We might need to have a Broforce Squad old-fashioned 5 criteria tournament on what is the best Batmobile in a movie.
Damn.
Ooh.
Because I know you have a
There's
hard
a
on
lot of
for
them.
the,
Like,
the Batman
I
Returns
honestly can't
Keaton.
name you one bad one. Even in Batman and Robin, I like the Batmobile. Like, every Batmobile has something to give.
I think we would
Yeah.
all agree that there's not a bad one.
Well, the Adam
There's
West.
not a bad.
bad.
There's not even the Adam
I don't
West
know,
one
man.
is fucking cool.
I still
It was a
think it's pretty
convertible. I like the animated series one.
The animated series one's cool.
That
The
one's
Burton
cool.
one's cool. Even the Adam West one's cool. The black and red.
It's just so much green screen. It's like a little hard to.
That's all this movie is,
Yeah,
man.
this movie's a
It's-
lot of green screen. There's not a much that's not. But hey, this
It
guy's
just looks like
got a
Kate-
musket, so that'll work.
It's basically just he's got a shotgun and the kid's got a crowbar. They're gonna make it.
She's got bug spray. Shit, things are looking up, guys.
There's 180 million parademons outside, and when he shoots one, it only takes him a minute and a half to reload. He's got a shot.
Guys, looking at this house, they might actually be one of the richer families in Russia.
It's true. With this truck.
Hope they have
That's
insurance on that place.
Sorry, that's really bad.
That ups the retail value, though.
What if he's like, shit, I forgot my phone? He goes back to the damage. That is my life, Susan.
It's his burner phone, too, the one he hooks up with all these chicks with. Because if you're Bruce Wayne, you gotta have one phone for work, one for pleasure, you know?
I love how they did the pussy way out. It's like, yeah, dude, we're just in Russia, so if this place gets destroyed, who really cares?
Yeah. Well, the hard thing with these movies, because you know they're always going to make sequels, is when you have a big event that like like the Avengers after the Chitauri attack, they've had every movie and literally every TV show, especially the Netflix ones, have had to deal with the fallout for like 7 years. Bruce's car is pretty fucking like this Batmobile in terms of capabilities, probably more than any of the other
Most
ones.
practical for sure.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of the criterias, right? Practicability. Practical ability. Is that a word?
If you can spell it right now, it'll be wrong in the criterias.
So
What was the one you said on our Shield review last week?
a thirdadary?
Yeah, he was
I'm
trying to
hammered,
say.
but I don't think practicability is a word.
Geiger, Banner was talking about secondary characters, and he was trying to talk about a level below that, and he said thirdadary.
Thirdadary? Pretty sure that's not right.
Aquaman's like, I could die unless I stab this guy in the chest who can fly.
Again, this is in the trailer.
But it's also badass, so
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm
That's-
merely just with him surfing down on the parademon right here. Pretty fucking cool.
it's pretty ruthless because that's a corpse right now. He's just the hair whip, love it. I just wish some of this was practical, but
No.
they can't.
No, none of this is going to be practical. Unless they filmed it like on a volcano.
I do love Bruce fighting parademons. That's like one of my favorite parts of this movie.
That's all he can do, though. He's got no shot against Steppenwolf.
Yeah, but he's still helping.
Where are they at right now? Hell?
Russia.
Yes.
So yes. But
Worse.
Russia's cold though.
Well, this is a nuclear power plant, so it like fucks with the ozone. All right, Cyborg's got to do his thing. Flash can be really useful. He can just get over himself.
If I was Cyborg, dude, I'd be such a good cook. I mean, you could turn that hand into a spatula.
Anything you need,
Anything
a whisk.
You want.
Well, and
Banner,
if you need a
be the
flimsy
master of the grill, Banner.
if you need a flimsy spatula, you got it. But if you need a little bit firmer spatula, boom.
If you're
Roper
cooking on,
Squad great Nate Thurman, who knows something about grilling, would definitely use Cyborg skills for sure.
yeah, he would probably be willing to chop his arm off to get one of those.
I'm actually.
He's probably cutting it off right now.
I
as
was
we
gonna say.
speak.
I think he actually just did.
Steppenwolf's axe is fucking world beater. Do it. Oh, she's never done it with the shield
No, she's
before,
never
has
done it
she?
with the shield.
I hate when everyone's like, dude, Wonder Woman's so hot. Like, I would love to, like, marry her. I'm like, would you, though? Every time
No.
she get pissed, like, she would literally
It's
throw
terrifying.
you 3 counties away.
Yeah, and I fuck up a lot in relationships. That wouldn't be good for my health.
How bad would it be if, like, one of us was a superhero? Like, Jeff, if you were a superhero, me and Banner are just, like, back
Drunks.
in Banner's lab, like, giving you guys tips. Like, we'd be so hammered, like, yeah, just kick his ass right
Just
now.
kick him in the
Like,
balls.
I'm
Just
like, well,
kick him in
that's
the
not
balls.
like instructions.
I
Though,
think he's, like, an innocent person. Just kill him.
He's
What?
fucking.
Kill him?
He
Yeah.
looked at me wrong. Someone else using her lasso is cool. That's like the team moments that I enjoy watching this shit.
I
for.
definitely enjoy those as well. Here's your typical the good guys get their asses kicked.
Yeah, the other reason I think a lot of people are out on this movie is that A, no one knows who Steppenwolf was. So B, they're like, why is he kicking the shit out of all these people I like?
Ow. Cyborg he's maybe one of my favorite characters in this. He's like, can you not choke me for like 2 seconds? Is that Tony Romo or Cyborg? Because he's getting fucking ripped to shreds. This is pretty crazy when he shows up. Oh man, the CGI mustache is definitely
really bad.
Evident here. But he just whoops the absolute shit out of him. Like, this is like UConn women's versus any other team.
See, and that's kind of annoying too. Like, why have a team-up movie if you just have one guy that can clearly whoop the shit out of everybody else?
Well, it kind of makes you think, like, for sequels, if they make them, who are they going to fight? Because as long as they have Superman,
Doesn't
matter.
That's the problem with Superman. That's always been the problem with Superman is how do you make him vulnerable? That's the problem with Superman in his solo movies and team-up movies and anything. How do you make him vulnerable? The Man of Steel was perfect because he was still young and learning his powers, and Zod was, like, of his species. Doomsday was perfect, but it was part of a Batman movie. And now you got this, you're like, okay, Superman's here. Game over.
Wonder Woman's like the bait dog. She just has to run down there and basically let Steppenwolf kick her ass. They didn't even get gas? I mean... How's the Flash still not there yet? The city, I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna hurt the economy of it.
I mean, they lived on tourism, so yeah, for sure.
No one's coming back here for a while. Unless that
What
Marriott
they should do is they should just build a wall around the whole thing to keep all of them out.
That might work.
Were there people in that building? Why was he moving that? Did they tell us?
There's people
There's
in there.
people in it.
It's like a hospital, I think,
I
right?
thought it was like an apartment complex.
That sounds right. Hospital sounds
I think
right.
it was a hospital, like of sick people.
Well, I mean, I
God,
don't think healthy people are in hospitals.
Well, they could be relatives of sick people.
You think when Wonder Woman comes, she does that X thing, and then she just blows you like out of the room?
Well, the female
that's
orgasm
her-
is a myth.
That's
so.
her birth control.
The female orgasm is a myth, so I don't really understand what you're even asking.
That's true.
Superman's like, do I have to do? I'm the single
I don't
mother
think
here.
it's a myth, Jeff. I think it's like an eagle in golf. You only get like 1, maybe 2 a year, and that's
you gotta
only
get-
when you're playing really well.
Yeah, and you're playing regularly.
Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah, you gotta have at least 1 or 2 tee times a week to get that.
Superman had to do everything. He had to cook and clean here. Do you guys like Batman's armor?
See, this suit was a little more black and gray for me, which
Yeah.
you know, I just seen it before. It's okay, I guess, but. Hated this scene. Worst scene of the whole movie.
Well, and I don't understand how they all of a sudden like have chemistry like they're boys.
It's a little odd.
Everyone laugh.
Oh, Flash is here. Oh shit!
We've all been wanting to do that to Flash all
What if?
night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if that killed him? Aquaman, get some.
Momoa's fucking legit. He's like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf is just like, we get it, dude. You're not as hard as you think you are. His shoulder's separated now.
For sure. That was cool.
Everybody wants a piece. We don't get to see much of the freeze breath. I like it.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Did he use it in any other? I think he used it in Man of Steel.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Yeah,
like
he
in
did. I
fighting.
can't remember what the fuck it was for.
It was like to put out a fire or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Even the parademons know. A little Lion King reference here.
The fucking. Yeah. Well, the hyenas just attack Scar.
Yeah. So is he being like called back?
Who's booming him up? I'm confused. By
That's
this.
what I wondered too. He keeps saying mother. That's why I was wondering if this is Darkseid.
Like
Darkseid's
obviously,
basically like you failed, so now I'm coming. But wait a second, Legion of Doom's coming next, possibly. Who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do?
I went to Jared Leto's IMDb yesterday just to see what was going on. He's got 3 DCEU movies in development. He's got Untitled Joker and Harley Quinn movie, Suicide Squad 2, and Gotham City Sirens.
am I a bad person for saying I'm not excited for any of those?
You're just a bad person
I love.
in general.
I'm being sarcastic here, but Lion King did this too. Whenever it's like, okay, it looks like death, nothing's growing, but once the good guys win, oh look, we have like you could go golf on this thing. Like we got a nice rough, nice fairway, flowers are growing. Gal Gadot looks hot.
Greens
like,
are a
everything's
little
good now.
fast, but it's all right.
Well, now that this place isn't a shithole anymore, the United States has some interest in it, so you guys might have to find a new home.
He's like, hey, you guys got oil here, so we're gonna send troops over here. Or you can just kind of give it up willingly.
Also, so I know Bruce bought this place back. It's a little fucked up that he's like, well, I wasn't going to do this unless Superman came back and helped us, you know?
Like
Do
he
any
does
of the
nothing for
movers
free.
say, hey, Clark, I thought you died 4 years ago? Does anyone say that?
I was wondering that too. I had to explain him coming back. I didn't die.
He's not
Those
Clark
bad.
Kent. He's Mark Kent.
See, this is, and I know that it's a big spectacle movie, but this is the stuff that I dig, like the character shit. This stuff is all awesome. I just wish we got more of it. But obviously, if you're spending $250 to make a movie, you're not as interested in this as you are.
Honestly, the bread in this sandwich, the beginning of this movie and the end of it, I liked. I liked how they tied up everything. You know, Bruce buying back Clark's house, this scene with Barry and his dad. But the meat of it was terrible. It was a terrible story, a throwaway villain. The way they brought them together was stupid. The way they used a lot of the side characters like Gordon, Amy Adams, Diane Lane was all terrible. That's why this movie is not good.
So this is probably another dumb question. Is she still at the Daily Planet, or was she like writing for a different paper?
I would think she is.
Yeah.
Where else would she be?
Oh yeah, this is Wayne Manor. So like it burnt down, I think they said. But it's going to become the Hall of Justice.
Wow, it's never burnt down before. So who burned it down? Ra's al Ghul? Is this connected?
Yes. Although it was rebuilt in the third movie, but then it burnt down again.
God damn it.
Candle at dinner. They just got lazy. A little too drunk. Show off. I really hope I've said this earlier in the commentary. I hope the Aquaman movie takes place before this.
The Aquaman movie,
I'm nervous about it.
for Momoa and Amy Heard, I'm just like, dude, they're awesome. I love how Momoa played this. However, it's like, it's underwater, which is going to be so, like, almost Free Willy-ish. I'm just going to be like, it's going to be so bad. I don't know. I'll be interested.
I'm digging Simmons. You put him in anything though, and I would love
I
him.
was gonna say you've got such a hard on for him though.
He's fine. He just didn't do anything in this. Like, there's no reason for him to be in this.
I mean, it's you know why he's in it though, to make the whole universe feel a little more connected. Yeah, I do have the question though. How do they explain? Because they had a funeral for Clark.
Yeah. Hey, I'm back now, and I want my old job. Oh, yeah,
First time we've got to see the iconic take off his suit, and he has the S.
That was
So they
Justice League, guys.
So is that supposed to make me feel better?
They deleted there was a deleted scene of Bruce talking to a lantern, one of the Green Lanterns.
Cool.
And we all know what the end credit scene is, which I think is fucking awesome.
Actually, that may have been Geiger's best scene of the movie.
It was. Banner, we've said this before. Like, a C minus movie could be a C plus to a B minus if the after credit scene is good and gets me pumped for the next movie. This movie was a C minus, but honestly, it might have went to a B minus for me. Jumped to a full letter grade after the after credit scene.
Wow.
Manganiello taking off his mask. I'm like, dude, okay, let's go. This actually makes sense.
Do you like this scene right here with the race?
Flash running scene, yes, because it's straight out of the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was perfect.
But I think the thing I liked about it in the comics, and especially the animated show more, is I just like that Barry Allen so much more.
Well, yeah, I understand.
obviously.
Like, Ezra Miller, by this time, Ezra Miller is like the fat drunk chick that's just been cock-blocking you all night with her friend. You're like, I just want you to go away and I'll never see you again. But this scene, whenever they were running at the third act, I was like, wonder if we'll ever get that scene. And then that scene happened. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. Whenever they're like the who's faster contest, this is.
They did it
I dug this.
real quick. I noticed they did this on Flash's suit too. Made it look worn. He's got some battle scars and stuff on there. I think that's cool. We talked about that earlier on Batman's.
He's just so like fidgety and like, I'm in a big time
It's like
movie.
he's on ecstasy, yeah.
And everyone else
is. I just think he looks like a Power Ranger or something. I just don't like it that much.
I also think the problem, everyone else is so comfortable playing their character, and Ezra Miller just looks like, man, I really want people to like
He's
me.
on speed.
Perfectly put.
Yes, but the ending scene with Manganiello, I love how they took, and it just fits because you have 5 great heroes that, honestly, their arc, they did okay besides the Flash, that I want to see 5 countervillains against them, not just one person. And that's never been done before. Ever.
Right. That's the one thing they could do that Marvel hasn't done, and Marvel's not set up to do, even.
They tried to set up for the Sinister Six in the Garfield Spider-Mans, but that didn't follow through, so... I mean, this is their chance to do something Marvel has done.
That is your fault because you guys didn't like Amazing Spider-Man 2, and it's a good movie.
You're right. Everyone liked it except for me and Jeff, and that's why they canceled the franchise.
Sony was like, Sony's like, we can't greenlight this till we get your stamps of approval. Geiger's like,
your guys'
I'm not
fault.
Like, this is terrible. We made so much money off this, but Matt and Jeff didn't like it, so we're just gonna. Unless you guys, I'm just like, no, shit. I'm like, okay, we're gonna scrap it.
Your guys'
we
fault.
made so much money off of it.
Yep.
Geiger's like, you're gonna have to tell Banner Sony that because of us this isn't happening.
Yep.
It almost ruined the pod.
Yeah. It really did. Really did. You guys should check out the 30 for 30 Broforce Squad. What almost wasn't.
Are we gonna wait for the end credit, or we just want to end it now?
I don't care.
I don't care.
Banner's driving this ship.
I think we're good, guys. This has been
we're good.
Justice League. We are the Broforce Squad podcast. Go ahead and check us out on our website, broforcesquad.com. Give us a like on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Broforce Squad. And subscribe to us on iTunes and on YouTube. For Matt, the Enforcer Geiger, and the mayor himself, Jeff Hornacek, I am the mad scientist, Brian Banner. We'll catch you guys next time.
Those damn parademons playing their music, I can hear it right now.